pedo? ¿Qué pedo, qué pedo, gente? Espero que todo funcione bien. El día de hoy vamos a estar viendo lo que es el direct, el primer direct del año de Microsoft, que según recuerdo el año pasado fue en el que enseñaron el Hi-Fi Rush y lo lanzaron, así es que puede haber cositas buenas aquí. Principalmente creo que vamos a ver puras cosas de ya como que ya han enseñado, ¿no? Cosas que ya sabemos, como lo de el nuevo juego de Obsidian, el que es como Elder Scrolls y otras cositas, y lo que es el Indiana Jones de Machine Games, que es los que hacían los de Wolfenstein. Así es que ese me tiene bastante emocionado, a ver qué pedo. Así es que vamos a darle una checadita. Nada más faltan 10 segundos. Creo que se va a unir el ruler en algún momento. No sé cómo va a estar el rollo, pero ahorita vemos ya que esté empezado. A ver si se une o no. Y tengo que mover el Discord para acá para que no haga esto. Un segundito, ahí está. Si no, me tapa esta madre. Está un poquito alto, ¿no? Voy a bajarle tantitito. Ninja Theory, entonces va a haber un poco del Senua, ¿no? ¿Nada van a ser estos 4 juegos? About, de Obsidian, Ninja Theory, el Senua. ¿Y qué más? El de Indiana Jones. ¿Y cuál es el cuarto? No sé cuál sea el cuarto, honestamente. Ok, este me interesa mucho. Se ve raro el juego, honestamente. Lo que han enseñado antes no me ha encantado, pero pues estos güeyes son maestros, ¿no? De RPGs, así es que los que no conocen, ellos son los que han hecho los de el Fallout New Vegas, los de Pillars of Eternity. Entonces, y el Outer Worlds, algo así se llamaba, ¿no?
Where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay.
Yo personalmente no juego a los Pillars of Eternity porque son muy largos, pero sí me gustaría jugarlos. Yo tengo varios RPGs de clásicos que no he jugado ahí en mi lista de juegos, así es que habrá que probarlos en algún momento. Pero esto me interesa más.
It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover.
Se ve un poco más pulido, ¿eh? Honestamente sí se ve un poquito más pulido hasta ahorita. Al menos los mapas, ¿no?
And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
O sea, se ve como un Skyrim en cuanto a gráficos, que un poquito mejor a lo mejor. Pero estos güeyes son muy buenos para hacer como sistemas, entonces igual y está chingón por esa parte. O sea, sí se ve mejor, ¿eh? Sí se ve mejor. Como Skyrim con mods de calidad, ¿no? Gráfica. Pistolas, okay.
Against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks.
Está raro, ¿no? Porque se ve como medio caricaturesco, raro, no sé. Como estilizado. Ah, por eso se ve raro.
You can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, We provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage.
Órale, qué pedo.
You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies
Está a máxima
and then use
calidad.
your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter
Sí.
them.
Más por si las dudas.
We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and
Se ve
progress
interesante el
their
combate.
envoy in the
Está
world of
padre
the living
lo de las
lands
pistolas
as
y
they
eso
get to know the
porque
game
no ha
and
habido
the
como un
story and explore
Elder
the
Scrolls o
many
algo así que
diverse
tenga ese tipo de
Some
cosas
quests in
tanto,
Avowed
¿no?
will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this
Sí,
side quest you
lógicamente
may
las
encounter in
misiones y la historia
Shatterstar,
pronto va a ser
the
muy
third
buena
region
porque
you'll
estos güeyes son
explore
muy
on
muy
your
buenos
journey
en
through the
eso.
living lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain
Lo
Ruby.
único malo, o no sé si sea malo o bueno, es de que es en el mismo
In other
mundo de
words,
Pillars
a
of
gang
Eternity
vigilantes.
y no sé nada de ese mundo, entonces me da esa espinita de quererlos jugar antes de jugar este por todo el lore, ¿no?
To know we fought and died.
Entonces eso no es muy bueno.
Making the right choice
Porque
isn't always
significa
what
que
it
es más,
seems.
menos probable
We
que lo juegue.
embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zoribs. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud.
La animación de personajes es un poquito peor que
That
Baldur's
Captain
Gate, eso
Ruby
sí.
was sick, that I was paranoid,
Probablemente lo van a
that I was a
comparar
dumb
mucho.
baby.
Aunque
heard
este
it
sea
all
de
often
acción, lo van a
and loud.
comparar muchísimo.
Wait,
Entonces,
if you found Sergeant Asui,
difícil esa pelea.
what happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Third Born.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this
Eso va a ser muy
quest.
importante que las decisiones
Creating an immersive
sí
experience
sí
like
afecten
Avowed is
bastante
anchored in the
como
world
en
we
el
build. Art
como
director
en el
Matt
Baldur's
Hansen
Gate.
and the team have worked to
Si
create
no, eso les va a
unique,
afectar mucho.
colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted a Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience.
Los
By contrasting
mundos,
the
el
vibrant
environment,
with the dull, or verdant
la verdad
spaces with
está
sickly
muy
ones,
bonito,
we can
¿eh?
better deliver
Eso sí
complex
tiene muy
emotional
buena,
experiences
muy
for
buen
our
diseño.
players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to
Es raro
explore
que
the
estos
living
güeyes estén
lands when
haciendo
Avowed
un
launches this
juego estilo
fall.
Elder Scrolls y hayan hecho un juego estilo medio estilo Fallout, cuando ahora Microsoft también es dueño de los de Elder Scrolls y Fallout, ¿no? Bethesda. Aunque supongo que pueden como acaparar ese mercado, ¿no? Considerando teniendo a estos güeyes de Obsidian y luego a los de Bethesda haciendo como juegos que no salgan fin de año 2024. Ok, o sea, todavía falta. Tiempo para acabar todo lo que no pinche acabé en el 2023. Tristemente. Me pregunto si habrá otro anuncio así secreto. Oxide. ¿Quiénes son esos de Oxide, güey? Ese es el que no sé qué pedo. A ver si toca ese. No, Ninja Theory. A lo mejor es el que menos sabe la gente y lo están dejando más para el final, ¿no? O puede ser que sea el Indiana el que dejen al final. Ese sí es súper anticipado por mí, el de Indiana Jones. Porque me gustan mucho los juegos de Machine Games y me gustan mucho las películas originales.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK.
Este ya, o sea, ya no hay mucho que necesitamos saber, ¿no? O sea, ya es como que...
And the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival. Where we have once again combined
no me termina de impresionar este pinche, o sea, bueno, no me termina de no impresionar los gráficos de este juego. Se ve muy, muy cabrón. Obviamente todo el enfoque está en eso, pero se ve muy cabrón el pinche juego. Si de por sí el primero se veía muy cabrón.
But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement.
¿Qué tendrá mejores gráficos de personaje, este o el Horizon? Yo creo que este, ¿no?
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people.
A lo mejor el Horizon en general, el mundo y todo le gana a este, pero los personajes de estos güeyes es impresionante.
Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
Es que estos juegos están muy intensos. Porque como está basado en algo real, o sea, una psicosis real que le puede pasar a alguien. Está muy cabrón. Y aparte son muy intensos el diseño de audio. Si no lo han jugado este juego, le recomiendo mucho que lo jueguen con audífonos, sobre todo. Porque el audio es una locura en estos juegos.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story.
Es muy cabrón, güey.
We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale.
Supongo que hicieron fotogrametría, algo así se llama, ¿no?
And you see
Escanean todo el...
you see a small section of the game and you're like,
todo el, como
yeah,
el...
that works, that's amazing.
Como los lugares, las piedras y todo eso.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears. These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
Inmersión al extremo, ¿no?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
La música de estos güeyes es muy buena.
Their depth, their meaning in the music, it really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and Barbarian Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music.
Presentación esta de los Game Awards estuvo muy chida.
And a very special and unique experience.
Y he escuchado que en vivo es una cosa impresionante escuchar a esos güeyes. Me gustaría poder ir a una presentación en vivo de esos güeyes.
And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
¿Cuándo sale? Creo que sale a principios de año, ¿no? Marzo, abril.
Great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Ok, mayo, un poquito más tarde. Ok. Ahora sí, a ver qué chingados viene, porque no sé. O sea, lógicamente quiero ver el de Indiana Jones o la otra cosa que no tengo ni idea qué es. Ok, mayo 21. Oh, Shadow Drop. Square Enix. Se viene un Shadow Drop. Ya me lo imaginaba, güey. Les fue muy bien con el Hi-Fi Rush para no volverlo a hacer este año. Square Enix, güey. ¿Qué chingados es esto? No reconozco a los perritos.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for Square Enix.
¿Secreto de Mana? Pero esto ya estaba anunciado, ¿no? Ah, o sea que no es un Shadow Drop, ¿no?
ファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、
Qué bonito es ver franquicias enterradas resurgir, ¿no? No hay un chingo, güey. Ok. Pero hay bastantes que no he jugado, supongo que porque salían en 10 y cosas así, ¿no? Era la plataforma donde siempre salían todos los pinches RPGs así estilo clásico.
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi from Gretz. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players.
ハローハロ
初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちを
Ay, quiero sus peluchitos, güey, de atrás están muy
最新化し
bonitos.
て聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。
Como con un poco de... Como
聖剣伝説
de...
ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作ってい
Línea
た
como
頃
de
から
cómic, ¿no?
自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動
¿Cómo
い
se
てい
dice
て、
eso?
こ
Se me
れ
fue
まで
ahorita
自
cómo le
分が
llaman.
携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上
Ah, son nuevos, ok.
ピックル
Con razón nunca los había visto.
石井さんが新たに考案
Aunque en
してくださってい
realidad
ます
no, mi cerebro no creo que tenga muchas memorias de este juego.
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や
Es una mezcla de un Yorkshire Terrier con un
イ
pangolín,
メージが浮か
ok.
んできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながら
Tiene como
ラブデザインを
escamitas
書き起
arriba.
こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいな
Se
が
ve
ら
más como pelos, no se ven como escamitas, ¿no?
丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら
Ah, se hace
調整を重ねていき
bola, ok.
ピックルは誕生しました。
Piculín.
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気
Uy,
が
eso,
感じられ
eso
つつも
está difícil, ¿eh?
最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。
Es de algo de lo más...
BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリー
Que
ズら
más
しさを
son
感じ
los
ても
super
らえ
fans
る
son
と思
super
います。
intensos con ese tipo de cosas de
過去
RPGs
シリーズの
viejos.
楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、
Música
冒険の没入
adaptable.
感を高めてくれます。
Ya es algo
探
de
索
súper
中の
necesario en la
BGM が
mayoría de
バ
los
トルに入った
juegos.
瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Poder transicionar bien entre como la música del mundo a música de batalla y todo así, sin como cortes, ¿no? Porque normalmente antes pues era de que sonaba tu música, ¿no? Como estilo Pokémon y entonces ya te ibas a la pantalla de pelea.
今作はアクション RPG
いかんびゃら
聖剣伝
música
説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。
Ok.
そして本作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で 爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは
Bien facherito, ¿no? El don este, güey. Solo en Japón ves un desarrollador de un juego saliendo un video vestido así. ¿No? Antes traen una playera así normalita cualquiera o están más trajeaditos, ¿no? En el oeste.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
O sea, no es Shadow Drop, ok. Verano 2024. Probablemente no lo juegue, pero podría estar bueno. Pero conozco a varios que 100% lo van a jugar. El buen Vince 100% jugará güey. Oxide, ok. Este es el que no tengo ni idea qué es, güey. Como una ahí, como emperatriz de China o algo así. No sé si hay algo anunciado de estos güeyes desde antes o es algo totalmente nuevo. Igual y se me está olvidando,
And welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love.
Ay, creo que sí, ya lo habían anunciado. Sí, ya me acordé.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same.
Como estilo más Total War, o sea, un poco más grande. En un Civilization.
Push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
Okay.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
Se ve bien,
deep systems with
o sea, se ve que tiene bastante profundidad. Y muchos líderes es bueno también.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect
y se ve más como natural
and not just ours.
Como la expansión de las ciudades, ¿no?
We knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game.
O sea, va a tener, supongo, cosas como
from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time,
contaminación y todas cosas así, ¿no? Sí.
And reacting to the changes.
Órale.
We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
Nice. Aztecas. Se ve un poquito como desde lejos se ve un poco como
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want.
No tan bien. A lo mejor hay que está muy sumeado, ¿no? Pero
Military might.
no sé, pero esto es lo que más me importa.
Scientific advancement.
Siempre me gustaron los Civilizations, pero después de tantos años, o sea, el tipo de combate de Civilization ya me da mucha hueva. Prefiero cosas un poquito más tácticas o más en tiempo real, por ejemplo.
Triumphs are our collection
Como
of
Warhammer.
incredible
Digo,
monuments
como
and
Total War,
architectural
bueno,
achievements
Warhammer,
from
pero
throughout
Total
human
War.
history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza, they're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Aura that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement
Crafting
or
en un
triumph
4X.
just changes the challenge that exists in Aura compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective
Me pregunto si esta ya es
and not just the
un poco gráficos más visuales, digo más finales, perdón. Porque
Many strategy games have players alternate
no se ve así excelente desde lejos, honestamente. O sea, ese pasto se ve medio culero, ¿no?
This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real.
Igual si los sistemas están de huevos, o sea, al final eso no importa tanto para este tipo de juegos.
Turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures.
Creo que es Celta,
come in
¿no?
so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
¿Copérnico?
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
¿Estuvo en Early Access o algo así? ¿O nada más es como interno?
It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just
Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based
Eso
on
me recuerda
I think we ended up in a
al
good
Su
place with
Tycoon.
the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other.
O sea,
and we're so excited that we
¿han hecho otro juego estos güeyes o llevan trabajando en esto desde el 2013?
To get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going
Pues
to
ya desde el
maintain our
2013
insider
es
program after the release
bastante
date
tiempo.
and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait
Ah,
for you
no,
to play
sí, hicieron
Aura
Ashes of the
and create your own
Singularity.
history.
No tengo ni idea cuál es ese. Creo que es como de estrategia, como sci-fi. 2016. La que llevan haciendo este desde 2016, 2015 por ahí. Pues bastante, ¿no? Bastante tiempito. Ahora sí. Ahora sí. Ahora sí viene lo bueno. A menos que haya algún otro extra que vayan a agregar allá abajo a la derecha. No, ahora sí, güey. Esto es lo que quería ver.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture.
Y ahí le paran. Las que siguen después de esas no cuentan.
Playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope
Es primera persona. Bueno, sí tiene lógica. Porque estos güeyes hacen juegos de primera persona.
Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I had this idea for what it would be like.
Nadie le importa lo que diga ya todo.
What Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine
Honestamente,
Games.
sí.
I can remember pitching
Honestamente,
Lucasfilm
sí.
on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time.
Enseñen el juego, por favor. Ya, Thor, cállate.
Show you what the team here has been up
Por
to.
favor.
Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Sí es Harrison Ford a huevo, ok. Eso me preocupaba. ¿Quién sabe si sea la voz? Porque luego uno nunca sabe, pero...
Myths. History.
Creo que no es la voz, ¿no? A menos esa voz no es Harrison Ford.
Ways to interpret the past.
The fuck?
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried, just waiting to be found.
Ay, ojalá esté bueno, güey.
Watch me.
Y no, la voz definitivo creo que no es. Pero al menos sí es la cara, ¿no?
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Papá. Directo a desmonetizado.
I've had run-ins with these guys before.
A la verga, se ve bien loco el látigo.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up? Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the...
Se ve muy divertido.
The Great Circle.
¿El Gran Círculo? Ok. El nombre no es muy bueno, pero bueno. No importa. Se ve divertido.
Indiana
¿Fecha?
Jones
¿No hay fecha?
is such an iconic character, and he means
Necesito
so
fecha.
much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that.
Les cambiaron el traje original de las películas, qué loco.
To bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples.
Mira, a falta de Tomb Raiders y Uncharted, muy buen momento para sacar este juego porque no hay otros juegos de este estilo.
But we still want you to have those moments.
Como de aventura de historia o yo qué sé, arqueológica.
We pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Órale.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
O sea, de Nueva York al Vaticano, a Egipto, ¿no? Porque enseñaron algo de Egipto.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think.
Sí, tiene que haber puzzles y todo. O sea, no puede ser solo un juego de acción.
Obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take you to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt,
era arte, güey, se veía muy cabrón.
Himalayas, and beyond.
Okay.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films.
Oh, yeah,
really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
Okay, no, pero sí.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this.
Muy Uncharted, ¿no?
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fine.
Bueno, también muy Indiana Jones, honestamente, pero pues bueno, es que Uncharted tiene mucho de Indiana Jones.
Our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people,
Clásico
compelled
alemán.
by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sands of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may
¿Lo puedes aventar
choose to
ahí?
sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of the head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indie's most iconic tool.
Látigo.
Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indie's whip. And hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path.
Ay, quiero saber cuándo sale, güey. Se ve muy divertido. Ojalá no interfiera con otras fechas de salidas de cosas este año.
Small secrets and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big
Si se rifa, la verdad, podría ser contendiente juego del año,
Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year.
Ay, no hay fecha.
Share more
¿Por
soon.
qué? ¿Qué hacía Todd Howard allá atrás robándose una calaca? Oh, ¿por qué no hay fecha? Bueno, al menos ojalá no lo atrasen más, güey. 2024 nada más. ¿Algo más o eso es todo? ¿Sorpresa? No creo, ¿no? Porque creo que era de 45 minutos y ya pasaron. Oh. No, ya es el highlight reel, ok. Estuvo bien. Nada sorprendente, un poco raro. Un poco raro lo de Visions of Mana. Que lo metieran ahí como sorpresa. Cuando ya es un juego que ya sabemos que existe. Pero puede ser que a lo mejor querían meter otra cosa en ese spot y no tuvieron chance de tenerlo en un buen estado, ¿no? A lo mejor algún otro juego que están haciendo. Y tuvieron que como que improvisar.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
You aren't just playing as in
Aunque eso sí había dicho el Phil Spencer hace un tiempo que querían volver a tener una presencia más fuerte de RPGs como japoneses en esta generación yendo hacia adelante para Game Pass y todo eso. Los que no se acuerdan, en el Xbox original y hasta bastante el 360 tenía muchos RPGs japoneses, le metieron mucho varo y hicieron muchos deals ahí para ese pedo. Estuvo bien. ¿Algo más? No, thanks. Okay.